9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Well That Effing Figures. I'm Joe, Colin. Kristy's with us tonight, Nightmare Kristy.
Hello.
We usually ask each other how our week was. We don't really give a shit how our week was. We want to get right to Kristy. So without further delay, Kristy, how are you? And thanks for joining.
I am fantastic. Thank you so much for having me on, guys.
Of course. Thank you for joining. I appreciate
thank you for coming.
Yeah.
We've been looking forward to this.
Yeah, this has been one that I was really looking forward to. And I can't thank you enough for giving us your time tonight and to chat about horror movies, everything under the sun of horror. So it's going to be a good time. I even got my horror mo tonight.
There you go.
My guy right there, Art the Clown. So,
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Hold on. Can you see me?
We see and hear you. Yep.
Okay, because y'all went away. My phone rang.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I know. When we started, I had the YouTube page opened up. Is that what? Could you hear it?
Hold on. I'm sorry. Let me tell them.
It's all right. We got you. We see you. We hear you, and
I'm on a podcast.
That's why we call it the show. Well, that effing figures, because something always happens. So don't worry.
I forget that like my screen will go away. Y'all are back now, but my screen will go away when my phone rings.
It's all right.
Oh. Okay. I'm good.
Welcome back.
Sorry.
Now let's.
No, this is how it goes, you know.
Yeah, it goes like that.
This is real life here.
This is live. We don't edit anything out. It is what it is. So
sorry.
No, don't be. So you're a very busy young lady.
Yeah.
I follow you on Instagram and I follow you on YouTube. Tell us a little bit about how you got into opening your own store and cafe, because that's a pretty cool combination to have in the same building, I think. And tell us a little bit about how you got started with that.
It's a very simple story. We started in 2017 in Alabama, in Huntsville, Alabama.
Okay.
Basically, really, I had a job before this that at the time, I just couldn't do it anymore. I was actually a topless dancer for many years. And then, of course, there's a time where you just can't do that anymore. So literally the conversation was like, look, I'm done with this whole job and the clubs and all that. And my boyfriend, who is the co-owner in this as well, Philip Martin, he'd already owned businesses. So he already had business savvy. He already knows about business. So he was just like, hey, well, let's just open you a little horror collectible store for something to do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's literally how it went, like for something to do. And here we are.
Well, look at you now. Yeah.
It blew up. And that's literally how it went down. And then I was just like, okay, and then we did. We leased out a spot, because we knew we wanted a store and an online. Because a lot of the stores, I mean, I know there's some more stores popping up now, but a lot of the online stores that are like mine at that time, no one had a store. Everybody was online store. So that's why we were like, we want to do a store and online and kind of do something a little different. And then that's just where it started. And then it just kind of blew up in Alabama. My online blew up. In-store was a little slow, but it's in Alabama, not a lot going on there for all that really.
Right.
We knew that, but we just had, you have to start somewhere. But the online blew up like crazy. We kind of just grew out of our space in Alabama. We had came to Vegas tons of times for other events and other things. And so Las Vegas. And, we just knew that the store would do good in Las Vegas. So eventually we were just like, well, let's just move the store there and let's just move there, and So we did, and here we are. So we opened here in 2020, June of 2020. And then within that time frame, we're doing so good. We just kind of decided to also add on a restaurant bar just to kind of,
Hmm.
step ahead of everybody.
Definitely, definitely.
I was
That's
kind of wondering what made you pick Las Vegas because there was actually there still is a toy shop here in Milwaukee, and he did the same thing. He went and opened another toy shop in Las Vegas. It's called
Mhm.
Make Sense. I don't know. I don't know if it's still how it's going
Who
out.
is it?
I'm not sure where it is. I don't know much about it, but it's called Make Sense.
Makes sense.
Hmm.
They do like a lot of like vintage video games and vintage toys. I mean, it's
Oh,
everything really, but that's
yeah.
like what a lot of it is here.
Hmm.
It's pretty cool little shop. I mean,
I like the
So,
name.
so you moved, excuse me, to Las Vegas like right in the middle of COVID.
Yes, we did.
How was that starting out with all the craziness, or was Las Vegas a little more laxed? Like, I guess I hear that sometimes. Was that a
Yeah.
little more laxed there than anywhere else, or?
Yes and no. But you know what? I think at the time that we did it, because we did it in June, everybody being at home those few months before that,
Right.
like it didn't hurt us.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
it, it like it didn't even matter, to be
Okay.
honest. And I
Yeah.
know a lot of people always ask me that, like, oh my God, how did you do it? But like,
Hmm.
I think everybody was just ready for it and ready to get out at that time.
Right.
It didn't,
Exactly.
it did not, COVID did not affect us
Okay.
whatsoever. Thank God. Thank
Yeah.
God. It seemed we were extremely busy and
Yeah.
everything went pretty smooth and
Good for you.
yeah.
Because around that time, a lot of companies and businesses, small businesses anyway, were not doing very well and they shut down. And
Yeah.
here you are starting up a new business. So good for you. I'm glad it worked out like that for you,
Yeah. Thank you.
especially in a place like Las Vegas where I don't think, well, from what I've heard, they weren't as strict and all that as other places were at the time. And I may be wrong, but that's what you hear when you're out of the loop a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, well, they shut down all the casinos. That was crazy.
Yeah, I bet that was really
That's
ridiculous, right?
weird.
Yeah, yeah.
In the strip, it was it was a ghost town.
Oh my God.
And
wow.
it's very odd to see it that way. Like
Hmm.
it just doesn't seem like it seems like time is just stopped or something. It was really strange around here.
Yeah,
That
like The Walking Dead. Yeah,
yeah, it's really weird
yeah,
because this is a busy city and
Right.
stuff's always happening and again you've got the strip and you've got Fremont Street and all and nothing is happening.
nothing's going on. Right.
It was very weird.
Yeah, I follow another YouTuber named Wonder Hussy. I don't know if you've heard of her or
Mm-mm.
anything, but she does like she goes like little ghost towns, and she lives in Las Vegas as well. And she was walking around, and then she was like, "This is really creepy that nobody is out and about. Like it's usually the busiest town in the
Mhm.
country, pretty much, but you didn't see anything, and it was really a crazy time. Yeah,
Weird.
yeah. But I'm glad that in a time where things were going south, you made things happen with your business and having the bars. That's got to be really fun because you go over there, you have lunch, you get a little drinky in you, and then you go over there and you spend a lot of money in that store of
Right.
yours. So that'd be, that's a good thing too. You
Right.
know? So,
Kind
And
of.
we didn't even get to open that until a year later than we wanted to open it
mhm.
because of COVID. So that I guess maybe we can say that COVID hurt us on the restaurant side of it
Okay.
because, and this is why, and it's because of shipping. We
Hmm.
were waiting literally a year for those glass garage doors that are in front of our store.
Wow.
Oh wow.
And you can't, do anything else with
Hmm.
with the whole
Right.
restaurant until you get those things.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
we waited over a year for that because we
Wow.
wanted to open in 2021.
Hmm.
So, we opened 2020 with the store and then we were like, okay, October 2021, that's when we'll open the restaurant, and that didn't happen
Hmm.
because of COVID and shipping. So we didn't
Okay.
open until this past October. So October 3rd of last year is when we opened the restaurant. But yeah, it should have been sooner. I wish it was sooner. We had to pay
So
rent on that and then nothing happening.
right. So when did you say your restaurant part officially opened? Was it
It was October 3rd.
okay? Okay. Okay.
So it's only been open for a few months so far. So
Okay.
yeah.
And that's doing pretty well. As pretty well, I would expect. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it's doing really well. Uh, we have different events. We have a children's night Tuesday night. So
Hmm.
if you come in with your kids 10 and under, they eat free. And then we have our Jeremy balloon guy. He's there, so he'll do all his little balloon stuff for the
Right.
kids or for anybody. I
Cool.
think the adults like the balloons sometimes more than the.
I would like it. Hey, I would like
But
it.
he's so, if you go back and look at our Instagram, he is amazing with his
Mhm.
balloons. It's like their own collectibles. He can make anything you want. He can
Right.
make it. Like he's
Wow.
done a perfect clown. He does chainsaws that he'll put a little squeaker in them.
Wow.
And he even has a little thing you can pull. I'm not joking.
Wow.
It's crazy what this guy can do with balloons. So he's at all my events. So he's
That's
there every
crazy.
Tuesday night. And then Thursday night, every other Thursday, we do trivia night. We do horror trivia night, and we've done it twice now, and it's been packed out both times.
Hmm.
And then we're about to start doing the spooky burlesque shows on Sundays. So that'll
Fun
be
times. Sounds
Yeah.
great. It sounds awesome. I really want to go out there. I really do. Well, I'm gonna make it happen soon. I really am. But that's definitely my first stop. As I told you backstage, if I come to Las Vegas, I'm definitely stopping at your place before I even get to my hotel. Period.
somebody will
Definitely.
do it.
Definitely,
And we're
I will,
downtown.
and I'll go get a drink, and I'll get some dinner, and I will spend some money in that store because I see a lot of stuff
Yeah.
when you posted that I really want already.
Yeah, screw the casinos. We don't need that.
Yeah, I don't want to waste my money on that. I'd rather buy toys.
Right.
Yeah, I think a
Yeah,
lot of
for
people
sure.
At least you're
and
walking out
we're
with something.
downtown, too.
Yeah.
We're easy to get to because we're downtown.
Mhm.
So wherever you're staying, if you're staying on Strip or you're staying on Fremont Street, we're right in the middle. So
Okay.
it's not too far of a drive or
Mhm.
anything.
You have a pretty big store. It
Set up
looks like it's a pretty decent sized store.
It looks amazing too. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah, the whole thing is 8,000 square feet as far as the store and restaurant put
Wow.
together.
Nice.
The store part is 6,000 square feet though, and then the restaurant's 2,000. But the whole area is 8,000 square feet.
Nice. Yeah, that's really nice to have. I mean, that's just I mean, you could probably spend a whole day or two there with it and not see it all. That sounds amazing. Yeah. And some of the stuff you post, I'm just like you had the truck back up with all the Chuckies in it. And I'm like, now I want a damn Chucky. So
I got one left.
and that could have been the one that I won by answering your trivia question. See,
There you go.
Could have been it. You see?
Well, speaking of product in your store, T3 Collects asked, "What's the most popular horror franchise you sell in your store?"
Michael Myers.
Michael Myers.
really?
Yeah.
Michael Myers.
I just had a Michael Myers T-shirt on, but I switched it out because I was freezing in here because I'm in my above my garage room. So
it's Michael Myers and then Chucky. Like it's
Mhm.
very close.
Mhm.
Them two are very close. I cannot
Mhm.
keep any of that merchandise in stock whatsoever,
Mhm.
especially with the Myers mask from Trick or Treat Studios.
Okay.
You've got rehaulers buying them and all that.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's insane. But Michael Myers definitely would be like the top, and then Chucky right below him.
Number 3, Ghostface, probably, because I heard you talk a lot about Ghostface stuff.
Number 3 is always different. It's always different. It changes. I think that depends on what's going on in the world, like what's going on with movies and stuff.
Okay.
So I would say like right now would be Ghostface, but then sometimes it's Jason.
Mhm.
Jason stuff sells too, but at the moment it's really hard to get a lot of Jason stuff at the moment just because of all that stuff that was going on, and
Mhm.
some of these companies don't spit out product fast enough too. So
Yeah.
kind of hard to get some Friday 13th stuff at the moment, but I don't have problems selling Jason items either though.
Nice.
So I would say third would be either Jason or Ghostface. It just depends on what's going on.
How about Art the Clown stuff? When Terrifier 2 came out, that was pretty popular, I assume, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I've been asked for now in the past couple months now.
Is there even a lot of Art the Clown stuff out yet?
There's a lot, good amount of stuff, I think.
There's a little.
Yeah.
There's a little, but it all comes from Trick or Treat Studios.
Mm-hmm.
So they have the 12-inch figure, and then they have the masks and the costumes, and then now they're coming out with the little 5-inch figure, which I have up for pre-order right now. I believe that's going to be released maybe sometime next month. It should be coming out soon. Everybody's waiting for that because it's a little 5-inch figure, and then with water he changes bloody.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I have that on pre-order at Big Bad Toy Store, I believe. I didn't know you guys had it on pre-order.
Art the
Oh,
Clown
yeah.
costumes. That's all we
We
need.
did.
People running around as Art the Clown.
They do, yeah, they do have that too, I think. But I have the 1/6 scale 12-inch figure as well. But I don't have the selfie, the cell phone selfie, I think they call it, the bloody one. I have the normal one. There's
Okay,
two.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then I've been selling the barf bag.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been selling that. I just put in another order of the barf bags yesterday, actually, because I sold quite a bit yesterday. Yesterday was really strange. It was like barf bags were just going yesterday. It was like, okay.
Maybe because it was Saturday, everybody was out drinking. They needed a barf
Yeah.
bag. Who knows? You know.
The store was very busy. Online was busy. Restaurant was busy. Because it had been kind of chilly here lately. And then yesterday it was a really gorgeous day here yesterday. And then everybody got out. But yeah, barf bags were going pretty hot yesterday online and in store. It was really.
Do you get a lot of people that come for the restaurant and then they're like, "Oh, cool toy collectibles," yeah, you know, or is it mostly people that are coming for the toys and then they're stopping for food too?
Lately it's been a little of both. You know, some people they know about Nightmare Toys, but still haven't realized that the restaurant's open yet, but they knew about it, and then they're like, "Oh shit," you know. Or you know, the opposite. Maybe they only follow the restaurant and don't really care too much about the toys, but you know, they'll still come in and look around and browse and stuff. People who don't care about the toys are coming in and buying like a shirt or something. You know, really well with clothing and t-shirts.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I'm always amazed. Like I'll have, you know, a friend will come over and they'll be amazed. Like they'll see the gremlin or something. They'll have no idea that this stuff exists. So that's why I asked.
Yeah, a lot of people still don't realize all this stuff.
No.
Yeah.
No, I had a guy at work told me when I told him what I collect out of the blue when he started at my job, I was like, yeah. He's like, you got any hobbies? I'm like, man, I don't know how you're going to feel about this one, but I collect toys, you know, all kinds of, you know, collectible stuff. And he started looking it up. He started following us on our other pages, on our personal pages and on this. And he's like, I had no idea that any of this stuff was a thing.
Yeah.
And now he just follows us religiously. And he actually, I don't know if he just tells us this or tells me this, but he said it's pretty cool. I'm like, don't lie to me if you don't think so. But he says, yeah, man, it's like, I never knew this existed. Like this whole other world of going into like Target, Walmart, all this stuff and going hunting and all this ever existed. So,
well, like, because you tell someone you're a toy collector, they don't realize until you show them like what you're actually talking about. And then when they actually see what you're talking about, I've never had anybody talk shit or, you know, they're usually like, oh my God, like, where do you get that stuff?
Yeah. Yeah. And that's how he kind of was at the time. So out of your collection, you know, you got a lot of cool stuff behind you there. It looks like, what do you say your favorite thing is I know it's horror, but like your favorite character to collect, I guess. What do you think that is? Like,
Chucky.
Chucky? Okay.
Yeah. And see, a lot of people think that Child's Play is my favorite movie because of that, but it's not. I just love to get Chucky merchandise.
Right.
I was just watching that video of yours. You're talking about having collectibles that you don't like the movie or whatever.
Yeah.
I can relate. There's tons of stuff. I like a character, but the movie sucks. Hell yeah, I'll still buy the character. You know,
all the time with me. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes
perfect sense. Could be really cool. The T-shirt could be cool. The poster could be really cool, but the movie you may not like the movie.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of things that's going on with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
That's so.
I'm not discriminating against toys.
Right. Yeah.
You got to give them a home too, you know.
Right?
Yeah.
If it's cool, it's cool.
Yeah, it's just like anything else. You don't have to like a particular football team, but you can like one player. It's the same kind of thing, you know.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. So let me see what the chat says. We got welcome Art G, T3 Collects, Dave, Duffman. They're all tuning in to see you, Kristy.
Hello, everybody. I wish I had my favorite collectible here. It's in my other room.
And what is that?
I can go get it.
Go ahead. We'll wait.
You'll love it.
What's up with the chat? We got Duffman. Not very talkative tonight, guys.
Yeah, come on. Ask some questions for our guest. She has a lot to say, so ask her whatever you like. Uh-oh.
Oh, nice.
There you
How
go.
long? Isn't that great?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that's great.
that's awesome.
Yeah,
Oh,
a
that's the
little
coolest one
different.
I've ever seen.
Yeah, yeah.
And no, I don't use it. I'm
I
not
would.
using this one.
Hey, no
I was gonna
judgment.
say it looks pretty clean.
No, yeah, no judgment. Hey, you know, it is what it is. But
I have another one for that. But anyway.
that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's my favorite. That's one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of really cool stuff. That came from my best friend Noah. He still lives in Alabama too. He's gotten me and bought me so many like really cool custom things in my collection.
Mm-hmm.
So like I have a custom Art the Clown. He actually can hold. I have the sign. I don't have it with the Art the Clown, but he can actually hold this. And it was a birthday present from Noah. So Art's supposed to hold this, and then he has his saw, but I have him holding some other stuff out there. But yeah, so
Nice.
he's a custom Art the Clown, and this was when nobody really even knew about art too much. When I got that,
Mm-hmm.
um, God, he's given me so much cool stuff. I have like the NECA Pamela and Young Jason. That's really expensive.
Mm-hmm.
He just gave me that one day.
Wow.
We
I
were
need a
just
friend,
talking about-
He's
I
a
need
good
a friend like
friend.
that. Yeah. I have no friends that give me shit, so I need a friend like that.
we were just
So,
talking about that earlier. All
I have
these
a poster of me too that he gave me. He drew me as a pinup, and then he had another friend draw the horror characters around me, and then he made it into a poster, and I have it in my my collectible room. So I've posted it a few times, but when you see a poster of a pinup chick, it's supposed to be me. But yeah, he did that for me too one year.
Wow. Well, maybe you could be that friend to me.
I know, right? All kinds of fun stuff.
Oh, we got another question from T3 Collects. Actually, this is a good one. Out of horror films coming out this year, is there anything you're looking forward to?
Let's see. As of right now, I am looking forward to the new Scream. I do like the Scream franchise. I like Ghostface. I think every movie is fun in its own right.
Mhm.
So I'm kind of excited for that. I'm excited to see him be in New York. I know some people are kind of shitting on that, but I don't know.
It's
Why
different.
not?
You're talking to two Scream fans too, so we're with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think that I don't know. I almost think that it might be even cooler for Ghostface to be running around New York than Jason.
Well, and that's why I think people are shitting on it because of that, probably.
Yeah, and everybody's like just
Yeah.
comparing it to that. I'm like,
Yeah.
well,
But I'll give it a chance.
Well,
You know.
like I've told Joe a million times, what I love about Scream Face or Ghostface in the Scream movies is they're like, it's something that could really happen. You know, you could be
Good.
at home one night and someone starts fucking with you.
Yeah.
That's the kind of shit I like. Like
Yeah.
you know,
Like when your phone rings and it's like, what are you doing, Sydney? You
I
know,
mean, there's
like,
nothing more
shit,
terrifying
you
than
know?
that. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm happy that they're starting. They're finally starting that Five Nights at Freddy's movie. My
Mhm.
son's a big fan of it, but I don't play the game or anything or collect any of that stuff. But the story is awesome. So I'm if they do the movie good, it'll be a good horror movie.
I've heard a lot of people say that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
I
we got a
hope they
couple.
don't screw it up.
Go ahead.
I was just saying I hope they don't screw it up, which I
Yeah.
don't think they will. I think it'll be good.
We got a couple of questions from the chat. T3 wants to know, out of the horror films coming out this year, which one are you looking forward to? I guess we just answered that with
Yeah,
Scream,
we
right?
just answered that one.
All right, so we're gonna move on to the next one. What's the best Chucky piece that you own?
Oh. Oh.
There's probably too many to even.
I've been thinking about getting that
No,
new.
oh my god, that's a great question. I haven't even thought about that.
You hear that, T3? You finally asked something good.
Yeah, right.
Out of all this time.
He must be going off. He looked it up on Google. What question?
Yeah, he Googled that question.
I mean, of course, I love the dolls. You know, the Trick or Treat Studios dolls. I mean, it's just amazing every day looking at those every single day and knowing that I have these, life-size dolls.
Mhm.
Do you have the NECA ones?
What the
new
NECA, Chucky and Tiffany?
Yeah, the life-size NECA Chucky and Tiffany.
I don't have them yet.
Oh, okay. So you are gonna get them. I wanted to know the comparison between the trick or treat and the NECA one.
I'll tell you a big comparison, and everybody's gonna be like, big comparison is this. It took NECA 5 freaking years to produce 1-2 dolls, as to where Trick or Treat Studios has produced and put out 6.
They're cheaper too, aren't they?
No.
No, they're not cheaper.
Oh, wow.
Well,
No, I mean the trick or
the
treat
NECA
ones are
ones,
cheaper.
the NECA ones are a little cheaper. They're
Oh,
like
really?
$50 cheaper than Trick or Treat Studios.
Trick or Treat's been putting out some good stuff lately.
Oh yeah, they
really
definitely
good
have.
stuff. Really
Yes,
good.
they have. Yeah, I love Trick or Treat.
Yeah, yeah, I love it too.
Anyway, that's the difference.
Yeah,
From a business point, 5 years is a little too much.
Mhm.
Well, that's like a lot of these toy companies now, like Mezco and stuff. Like they
Yes.
put up these pre-orders, and the
Yes.
stuff comes out like 4 years later. Like, come on, like
Trust me, I know. On a business level, it's very frustrating.
Oh,
And
I
on
bet.
a personal level, I get it. And you know, I get everybody else's point of views on things. But yes, you are correct. Mezco is very slow. We have been waiting for 112 Leatherface for 3 years now.
I have him pre-ordered too, but I just kind of I kind of
Right.
forgot about it, honestly.
Right. And this is the reason why Nightmare Toys, starting this year, we will not do pre-orders on any products ever again. We'll never do pre-orders again. It's just too much of a headache. It's too much because these companies can't put out their product when they say, and then everybody wants it to be then, and it's not going to be then, and then things happen, and this happens. And no one understands that, and people get mad. And
yeah, and you're the middleman, you know.
You're yelling.
Oh yeah, it's probably horrible for you. Seeing somehow these people act on social media, I can only imagine.
It's been yeah, that's part of my we're not doing pre-orders anymore. Everybody, all the other stores can go ahead and do their pre-orders all they want, but I refuse to do pre-orders anymore. I can't deal with it anymore at all.
Yeah, I'll like pre-order stuff as like a backup, so it's like just so I know that it's there, but I don't rely on it. I still try to go out and find it so I can cancel the pre-order. and normally that's what happens anyway.
People do that to us, and that's where it ticks us off. Because I mean, this is the issue, y'all. This is the truth in the whole matter. NECA, we'll say NECA, caters to Walmart and Target. So it's very hard nowadays for us small businesses to even sell their products because they're giving Walmart and Target all these products 3 to 4 months in advance, then giving it to all the other small businesses that are ordering. And then what happens is exactly what you do. You find it at Walmart and Target before you can get it from the store that you ordered it from. And now you're calling us, cussing us out, and then buying it from Walmart and Target and then getting a refund. And then that happens over and over and over. Now, again, I get it. From the collector standpoint, I understand everybody doing that. I get it. But from a business standpoint, it's very frustrating. I wish NECA wouldn't do that, but they do.
Okay.
It's a problem. It's actually a very big problem with businesses.
Well, I mean, it's pretty much gotten to the point where you just don't pre-order anymore because there's no point. Because even not trying to do what I just said, it ends up happening anyways. And what are you going to do when you walk in a store and you've been waiting 3 years for something and you see it? You're not going to pass up on it.
Right.
You know, and I get that.
Yeah.
I understand that. But it's hurting the small business though. So I know, like for us, we're not ordering as much NECA stuff like we used to because of that issue. So we're going to try to order like other things and other products and other stuff that is not in Walmart and Target.
Oh, and there's so much of it, you know, like we were talking about that earlier, these, you know, just individual small people on Instagram and stuff, this like the custom stuff that they're doing or like the toy lines that they're doing are amazing.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I wish NECA would cut ties with Walmart and Target. I hate Walmart and Target. They don't care about the product. I mean, it's not for collectors. I mean,
right. But again, everybody goes there, and we understand that because the other issue that everybody don't realize either or don't know. Sorry, I'm just telling you all the little background secrets. But what everybody also don't know is within the past year, 2 years during this whole COVID thing, NECA and actually all of the companies, all of them, not just NECA, all companies went up on their products, the prices
Oh yeah.
up, and went up on their shipping price as
Mhm.
well. So what happens then is a small business, we have to make up for that. So now we have to charge $5 more for the NECA product, Mezca product, whatever, than we used to because they did that. But
Mhm.
yet Walmart and Target can still keep their price at $30. We can't do
Yeah.
that. We cannot do that. We will die.
Yeah.
And so then that in return becomes a problem.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because
Oh, definitely.
you can get it down the road at Walmart for $30. I understand that's where you're gonna go because I'm selling it for $40. You know what I mean? But I have to. But what a lot of people don't realize is that had happened with all of these businesses. All these companies went up. I know NECA went up $2 on all of their products and $2 on their shipping within the past year.
Mhm.
And so y'all don't know that.
No.
Know that, hey, why is Walmart $30? Why are y'all $40? That's why.
Yeah, I get that. But like for me too, I'm more of a small business. I like to support the small business too.
Well, we're lessers and like the same stuff as y'all do. Walmart and Target aren't.
That's why I prefer to go to you or someone like you, because you go in there, you can talk to them. You know, you walk in the store, you end up in there for 2 hours talking about freaking Michael Myers, and not only that, but you care about the product. So you're not putting out damaged product and throwing it around. And so, I mean, good thing there are still a lot of people out there that are like that. One of the comic shops here, they get a lot of I'll find a lot of the NECA stuff or whatever the stuff that I collect. They usually have it before my Targets and Walmarts, and so I usually just go there first now.
Yeah, there's definitely a store in my area. It's about an hour and a half away, but
like you said, it's a little more expensive. But
yeah, but they have it. They had like Splinter, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Splinter, way before any Targets had it. So I bought it there.
I don't know if I do know some people also order from a third party, and it seems like sometimes those people are getting their stuff first. So I don't know if those places have a third party that they're ordering from to get their stuff a little quicker. But yeah, I wish NECA was a lot faster.
Yeah. And going back to the pre-order stuff, like Legacy and Nerd said, sometimes you forget you have things on pre-order, so it's kind of tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you get hit with all these charges at once, and you're like, shit, I forgot I ordered that a year ago.
Yeah, it's really crazy, especially excuse me, with these Chucky and Tippy dolls. I mean, that's like $450 been sitting around for 5 years.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Well, there's another good question for you. Do you plan on expanding and expanding to different states and cities, or are you just keep focusing on just your one store?
We have thought about it. We've toyed with the idea, and if we did do another store, we'd do it in Salem. In Salem, Massachusetts. I just think that would be a really good fit.
That would be cool.
But now that we've done the restaurant, I think we're pretty good. I think we're good with what we're doing right now. I don't think we'll end up expanding anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, if you're doing good, why?
We're good here in Vegas. So. Yeah, because that would our other reasoning for that would be for shipping. Because that if we put one in Salem, then that would be like a little hub in a way to where shipping would cost for the people on the East Coast because it would come from that store. You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, definitely.
So that's kind of what our idea behind it was too, was just to make shipping cheaper for maybe our customers on the East Coast and Canada.
Yeah, it'd be good for me and Joe.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be a lot better than it coming from here. So that's kind of our thought process behind it. But I don't know. We haven't really talked about it recently just because we've been focusing on the restaurant and bar. So you never know. You never know what we're doing. We're always trying to come up with new ideas and new things to do. So.
I don't know. For me, I'd like to visit the original store. I think that would be cool. So
Yeah.
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, if you have one here, it'd be great. But I would love to come to the original. That would be awesome. So
Yeah, that would, the Vegas would be our
mhm.
main store, the
Yeah,
big
yeah.
store, and then if we did anything else, it would be a little, a smaller type store.
Hmm.
So we did have another collectible store. We don't have it now. We ended up shutting the store down a few weeks ago, actually, but we did have another collectible store here too. Big Bang Toys was also ours as
Oh,
well. Um, Bill, who owns the Days of the Dead conventions, that was his store, and then we bought it from him when we moved out here. So
You
we
guys
have
do you do a lot of conventions?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we have CreepyCon coming up this coming weekend. And then Days of the Dead is here in Vegas the 17th, 18th, and 19th. And we've got Texas Frightmare, Cult Classic, Midsummer Scream. We do a lot of them out this way now that we're out this way, but we have done other ones too when we lived in Alabama. We did like Days of the Dead in Chicago, and we did Whorehound, and some of that up in the Midwest we had done before too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. We need to get to the East Coast. We haven't done anything way on the East Coast yet. I know we need to do that at least once. It's just getting to that point because we would have to drive.
hmm
We have to drive all the stuff there.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
that would be a 3-day drive there, and then 3 days at a convention, and then 3 days driving back. So that's a very long time to be gone.
hmm
Yeah,
From everything.
True.
that's a
So
trip.
that's our only thing keeping us from doing anything on the East Coast right now, because that we would have to come up with 10 days pretty much.
Yeah. But if you do, Maryland is really nice. I'm just going to tell you, Maryland, Pennsylvania,
Yeah.
Delaware is close to me. I would love to see any of that. We have the monster cons and all that around this area. Even in New Jersey, like Cherry Hill, New Jersey, they do a lot of those. So that would be cool.
Monster Mania.
Yep. I went there and met the whole cast from Terrifier 2 back
good.
in, I believe, I think it was November or October of this past year. So that was cool. But we do have another question. Where is it?
Yeah, so much for not grilling you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're not grilling you. T3 is.
I'm
Yeah.
good.
So do you have any signings in your store, like from like movie characters or anything like that?
Like I have people come in and do signings.
Yes.
Oh yes, we do all the time.
Okay.
Yeah, when our opening day, or it really wasn't our opening day because we opened in June, but we had an opening signing and ended up being in August. And that was Kane Hodder, Danielle Harris, Tamara Glenn, and Drew Marvick. We had 4 people.
Hmm.
That
Oh,
was
wow.
insane. And then
Pretty impressive.
I've had everybody since then. I've had Tony Todd, Linda Blair, Roger Jackson, Cheney Morrow, everybody. Jeez. CJ, and I've got one. I had let's see, who else? God, I don't know. I've had a lot of people. Felissa, of course. Felissa Rose and Dave Sheridan. They've signed twice. They're fun. They're a lot of fun.
Mhm.
You're probably like in the perfect location for that because you're close to, California. I mean,
Yeah, and a lot of people will come over. I get a lot of people that come from all around the states, all around, and just drive to Vegas just to come to the store, and now for the restaurant too. So that's really cool.
Yeah, Vegas is a hotbed for that stuff, and it's so close to California, like you said. That's cool.
I am working on a signing for March.
Okay.
So I have something up my sleeve for March. I don't want to say who yet, but it'll be 2 people.
Nice.
Ooh.
Nice.
Give us the scoop. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Chill. Now, have you ever thought about having or tried to have like the Terrifier group on there, or is that something in your?
I'll have to ask David and Damien. So David is actually from Huntsville. From where I'm from.
Okay.
So funny story. I was at Texas Frightmare in 2018. Was it 18 or 19 when Terrifier came out? Was it 2018 or 19 when Terrifier came out?
I thought the first one was 17. I thought.
Was it 17?
I thought so.
Maybe it was 17. But 2018 I think was the Texas Frightmare I went to. And so I'm there, and David, I had already talked to David, through texting and stuff. And he was like, "Oh, well, I wanted to meet him." And he was like, and this is before anybody's met him now, mind you. No one's met him yet. And he's like, well, I'm going to be in town for a wedding and stuff, and I'll come by the store. And I'm like, oh shit, I'm not going to be there. I'm going to be at Texas Frightmare. Well, my daughter was handling the store for me while I was gone, so she got to meet David. She was pretty much the very first person to really meet David.
Oh wow.
And so he came in the store. They took pictures. I do have an autographed poster from him that he gave me, an autographed Terrifier poster. It's still up in my store here in Vegas too. So I'm gonna have to ask them. I haven't asked them yet, but I would like to ask David and Damon personally to ask. I've talked to them several times. They're very nice guys. I love both of them.
That's cool. David and Lauren and Elliot, when we met all three of those at MegaCon or HorrorCon, they were so genuine of people.
Yeah.
And the pictures behind me on the wall right there, that's three of them. And Art the Clown's in the glass case. But Lauren and all those guys, they were so appreciative, and so sweet, and it was just cool to see someone humble like that many people came to see them, to get autographs from them, and to just to meet them. And it was really cool. It was a good day. So it was a fun time to meet those guys. Definitely.
So
they're all going to be here in Vegas for Days of the Dead. So I mean, of course, I know David and Damien, but I think the other ones are going to be here. I think the girl, the little girl. I'm not sure what her name is.
I forget too. Yeah,
the girl that played the his little sidekick.
Right.
I think she's going to be here. I can't wait to meet her because she did a wonderful job.
Yeah, she's coming to the next HorrorCon here too. So we're going to get her to add to our collection.
Well,
she did a great job.
We have to ask you, because me and Joe are both big Terrifier fans, but we do have one huge gripe with the second movie. What was your thoughts on the second movie?
I liked it. I don't have any gripe, but I'm interested to know what y'all's is. Maybe it's something I missed, but I liked it. I thought it was great. It had its funny moments when it's funny, and it's completely gory throughout the whole thing. And I liked the lead character. She was fantastic. I liked her story. I was extremely sad when her wings burned up. That was very sad. Oh my god. So that whole story was fantastic. Yeah, I don't have too much gripe.
The one gripe we had was the mystical part. Excuse me for one second.
But the for one, the bedroom scene went down as my favorite horror kill scene ever.
Excuse me for 1 second. I'll be right back. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we didn't care for the whole magical sword thing though. We just thought the ending was like dragged out a little bit, which wasn't a big deal. I don't know. We didn't care. We they could redeem themselves in our eyes in the third movie or whatever's going to happen, but we just didn't care for the.
I do agree with you on that. I did thought that was a bit, a little bit too much more going on in the movie. I started thinking comic book ish.
Yeah,
it was a little comic bookish to me. So no, I do get what you're saying. I agree with you, and it did draw out a little bit at the end too. I agree with that too. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, when it wasn't like some huge problem, but it was a
little. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I was just I was a little off by it too. That's just probably the least thing about the movie that I like too.
Right.
So yeah, I totally understand what you're saying about that.
I remember when the first one came out, I remember seeing like Art's face on all the streaming services, and I was like, damn, that looks creepy, but I just kept pushing it off, and all of a sudden Joe, I think, was talking about it, and I was like, all right, now I gotta check this out. And I was just like blown away. Like, I mean, it's a low budget movie, but it's amazing. Like,
yeah, I know. So much gore, so much happening in this movie.
It's what a horror movie should be. Like,
yeah. If you're wanting the gore stuff, yes.
right. Well, because I feel like we haven't gotten not that we haven't gotten that, but I don't know. They definitely pushed the envelope a little bit.
With this.
Yeah, like that bedroom scene in the second one. Oh my god! Like, makes you almost wonder, like, worry about the guy who wrote that.
I know. And then when you meet both Damien and David, they're just such sweet guys, and David's just this funny guy. It's like, you're really the sadistic killer. He doesn't seem like that in real life, in real person. Yeah, but you know what? A lot of them are like that. Derek Mears. Have you ever met Derek Mears?
No.
Okay, so he plays Jason and Swamp Thing and all that stuff, and he's this huge guy, playing these scary characters. But when you talk to him, he is the most soft spoken, most humble man you will ever freaking meet. He is so nice and he loves talking to his fans. He will talk your ear off. So it's just like, you're Jason? Really? You just seem like this cute little teddy bear. you know?
Wow.
But yeah, a lot of them are like that though. Tony
Well, there was
Hawk.
I was telling Joel about this earlier. There was a guy, he owned a horror shop, a toy collectible shop here in Milwaukee by me, but he passed away and it's no longer here. And it was an amazing shop, but he was like that. He was a huge dude, long beard, bald, drove a black hearse. But when you talk to him, like if you saw him, you'd be like, all right, keep your distance. But he was the coolest. I mean, he was one of the coolest people I ever met. It's really sad that he's not here because that his shop was amazing. It was like it was called Graveyard Records. I don't know. The website might still be up. I'm not sure, but
I've heard of that.
He had you walked in, it felt like you walked into like a haunted house. It was really dark, strobe lights and stuff, like horror stuff from floor to ceiling. And then he had like a horror museum in the back, like props and stuff. It was amazing.
I would love that. Yeah.
You would go in there and you'd get stuck in there for like 3 hours just talking to the guy. It was such a good it's really sad that he passed away.
And that's how most of them guys are. They look like they're terrifying to talk to, but they're really cool, and they gotta hold their persona.
He drove a black hearse, had the casket in the back and everything. I mean,
that's pretty badass.
Yeah, he's an amazing dude. Like, that was a sad. What?
Sounds like a fun shop.
Oh, it was amazing. Yeah, it was really cool. Really sad to lose that.
Yeah.
There's Terror Trader. I don't know if y'all follow Terror Trader. They're in Arizona.
I don't think so.
I think so.
Kind of like a little collectible shop, but they do other things. They have other stuff going on, but they have like a little type museum and stuff going on in their place too. Yeah, look them up. Terror Trader.
I definitely will.
Arizona. They're really good people. I've met them and I talk to them at conventions and online, and they're really nice people, very supportive. A couple of guys. There's a guy that owns it, and then he has a couple of guys that work for him and stuff. So yeah.
Okay.
They're really cool. Check them out.
Definitely will, for sure.
They're doing something, like a lot of the stores that are popping up now, because there's a lot more people trying to do a store now, but everybody's doing something a little different, which is what I like. I like that we're all doing different, because then if just horror fans that when you're traveling, you've got something to look forward to or to see in whatever in each state,
Yeah.
Well, I like that.
That's what I want to do with my YouTube channel. I want to travel through the states and go to all these shops and stuff, because there's so many cool ones now. I was just looking up in my area, and I'm like, wow, there's all these new shops in my area.
Yeah.
The same of anything is just over and over again. It's just to be too much. So that's why you try to switch things up, and that's good that you guys are doing that. And
yeah, you got to switch things up. You got to keep things fresh. You got to stay ahead of the game a little bit.
Yep. Exactly.
Well, you have to now. I mean, otherwise people aren't going to come. They might come once, but like you guys are doing events and stuff. I mean, that's awesome. It's more than just trying to get people to buy stuff at your store.
Right. No, I want everybody to come in and have an experience.
Yeah.
And have fun in my store. I whenever I'm there, I'm always telling everybody, go in the bathrooms. And then they're looking at me like, why should I go in the bathroom? Just go in the bathrooms. My bathrooms are cool. My bathrooms in both places are done by the same artist, Sean Hill, and they're really cool. And I have autographs in there too. Like I've had people that's come to my store, I've had them autographed. Like Danielle Harris, there's a painting of her in the girls' bathroom in the store, and she signed it. Cool. So Zach Galligan, he's been at my store. There's a little gizmo in the girls' bathroom. He's signed both bathrooms, but in the girls' bathroom, there's a little gizmo above the door. So when you're going to the bathroom, you see gizmo, right? Well, Zach Galligan put up there something about peeing. Oh, don't pee after midnight. That's what it is.
Nice.
So my bathrooms are fun. I want everything to be fun,
Yeah.
have a store where there's just stuff and you just walk in and then you're just there and it's just like,
Yeah, it sounds so awesome. Like even entertainment in the bathroom, you can't beat that.
I know, right?
Man, you gotta go, right?
Right.
Yep. I even had him put a ghoulie above the toilet. I had to have a ghoulie.
I need to get a ghoulie. I don't have one yet.
Yeah, you need a ghoulie.
Yeah, I do. I want a couple ghoulies actually. I look at them all the time. I don't know why I don't have them yet.
Yep.
Gotta get a ghoulie.
Ghoulies. Full Moon has the little ghoulie statue that's in the toilet. That's always fun. Usually I carry that. I might have some right now actually because I know we got a shipment in not too long ago. And then I get some really cool ghoulie sculptures from this lady. Her name's Amy Ganache, and her business is called Squid Farts on Instagram. And that's where I've gotten a lot of my ghoulie statues from. She does custom work and stuff, and she's amazing. And she's at conventions and stuff.
Cool.
So.
Cool. Looking up another one.
Yeah. Yeah, if we pause for a minute, we're looking things up.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Terror Trader, Ghoulie, all this kind of stuff. But,
yes, Good Parts is her name.
we'll be spending,
yeah, she does some really good stuff.
Yes,
we're
she
spending
does.
some money tonight while we're here.
Holy crap.
And then Noah, my best friend, he just got me the last one that I needed. I had bought the two of them. I bought the fish ghoulie and the rat ghoulie from her at different conventions, and I needed the cat ghoulie. And so Noah surprised me with the cat ghoulie for Christmas. Great friend I have.
Yeah,
huh?
you got a good friend there. That's for sure.
Yeah, you got too many good friends. I have nobody. So,
Take notes, Joe. Take notes.
yeah. I need to make better friends. They got me the same thing they got me last year. Nothing. So,
There you go. See?
yeah. Jesus. So, favorite horror movie of all time?
April Fool's Day.
Really?
Yes,
That's a good one.
that is my favorite movie.
It's surprising that I never heard anybody say that, though. That's cool.
That's why it's my favorite movie.
Good. Cool.
That's one reason why it's my favorite movie. Yes, no one ever says that. I've ever since I was a kid, I've always been an opposite of what everybody else does.
Mm-hmm.
I like to do what everybody is not doing.
That's good. I love
And
it.
a lot of people's answer is usually Halloween. I've figured that out. That's usually an average answer. So, but no, April Fool's Day. And the other reason for that is because the first time I watched it, of course, we all went to the video store and, the cover is what gets you, and the cover of April Fool's Day is amazing with her hair and the news. And I rented it and I was so excited to go home and watch this. I like slashers. I've always liked slashers. And I'm so excited. And I remember watching it and you get to the ending. You know the ending, right? You've seen it April Fool's Day, right?
It's been a long time, to be honest. So
But
I could use a refresher, but yeah.
It's a joke at the end. No one's dead.
Right.
Yeah.
I was so mad.
Yeah.
So mad when I was a kid. I was angry. Like, I was literally angry at this movie because no one was dead. I was like, what? Garbage.
Yeah.
Back to the video store, right? Well, for whatever weird reason, I still, whenever it came on HBO or I had a chance to watch it, I always still ended up watching it. And then I just ended up falling in love with it. And then being an adult, I just love it now. Now it's my complete favorite. It has a great cast. It's just so 80s to me, but there's no blood in it. But it's so 80s, and it's just an epitome of an 80s slasher to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my favorite movie.
I always talk about the 80s. The 70s, 80s, 90s were the best for movies and music and everything else, I think.
Yes.
I've always been, my favorite horror movie has always been the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, it's a good one.
But a movie that I really love also is My Bloody Valentine, that doesn't get a lot of credit either. Like the one you picked, it doesn't get a lot of love, but it is a good movie.
Oh, I like the original, like A Stranger Calls. I never hear anybody talk about that.
Yeah, that's a
I
good
just
one.
love that. That guy's so creepy.
Yeah.
No, it's excellent.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorites for sure. And I don't ever hear anybody talking about When a Stranger Calls.
And that's why me and Colin fell in love with Terrifier 2 so much, and 1, is because it was trying to bring that 80s type of slasher back. with the
Right.
exception of the mystical shit that they did that we told you earlier.
Right.
And I'm sorry I had to take off for a minute. I got a call from the hospital. My dad's in there, but besides, you know, you don't see many slashers in the past like 15 years, you know,
Right.
not good ones anyway. And if they were, then it was like a one, and then they made too many sequels and they ruined it. But Terrifier, it just brought something back for me that I haven't seen in a long time. And that's what I loved about that. Also, I know you did. What's that?
I think that's why we all like it.
Yeah, yeah. And I was going to ask you this anyway, but I didn't watch your review of Megan because I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, okay.
And I plan on watching it soon. But what did you think of it overall? Like, do you recommend it? Did you like it? I know the little girl in there, she really did an awesome job, I hear.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was two little girls and then an adult female too.
Okay.
All three ended up playing kind of Megan in the way.
Okay.
I enjoyed it.
Okay.
I really, really, really liked it. This was the movie that I was looking forward to, and I'm glad that I went into it and I ended up enjoying it as well. Because sometimes you're looking forward to a movie and then it ends up being shit,
Right.
and then you're so disappointed and mad. I really liked it. I like doll movies anyway, though, so I gravitate to those. So I think that Megan is going to be the new doll. I mean, you had Chucky, and then Annabelle came out. Annabelle's been around for a while now, so now I think Megan's about to take over. And I know that they are already talking about doing a part 2. I'm excited about that. She was extremely smart-assy and delivered it to a T that it's scary. I mean, she's very sadistic. You'll see.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know all that about it, but I know Amy Donald is the one main little girl on there, and I've seen interviews with her on certain channels, and she just seems so wise beyond her years. She's such a articulate speaker, and she's so smart, and she did such a great job with this movie, from what I understand. That I'm really planning on watching that really soon. I can't wait to see it. But
she did such a good job. You're looking at it going, is this really a little girl?
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Yeah,
because she did that good of a job.
Yeah.
The horror industry, they do a good job at finding these little kids that are just amazing.
Kids are amazing nowadays.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, it's crazy because even Elliot from Terrifier 2. I mean, when I was talking to this, and I consider him a kid. I mean, I don't know if 15, 16, 17 years old, whatever he is. But when I was speaking to him as I was getting his autograph, me at 49 years old, getting his autograph, it was almost like he was the adult, and he knew he knows music from the 80s. He knows, I mean, the good music. You know, he had an Ozzy Osbourne t-shirt on that day when I met him. I'm like, Jesus, like you won my heart right there, dude. He all the posters in that movie, he was telling us were from his bedroom at home, and he brought to the set to be more authentic to the movie. So everything he said, it was just unbelievable that somebody at that age can bring so much to the screen like that. It was just incredible to me.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm a big kid anyway, so I don't mind looking up to somebody who 16, 17 years old, and he's doing a job like that. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I agree.
It's so badass to me. I love it.
I agree.
Yeah.
These kids are amazing nowadays.
It's amazing they can even get these young kids to do that. Like,
yeah, I know.
I try to think, can my 8-year-old like act if I told him? Like, I don't know.
Yeah. I'm sure he does it in the toy store anyway when he wants something. Like, come on, Dad. I really.
Kids coming into the store are amazing. I'll get little 3-year-olds. No joke. Little tiny little kids who come and go, oh, Chucky, Michael.
Oh,
they know everybody.
That's my son to a T. He's a horror fanatic.
I mean, it's crazy, and they're just so cute, and they're so excited when they come in. I've literally cried sometimes in my store, or I've had to walk in the back for a minute just because it's just crazy to see these kids come in and know everything, the knowledge that they have, and just be so excited. And that's why I do what I do. See the kids' faces,
and you're bringing the joy to them. That's awesome. Yeah,
I love that.
That's so yeah.
I mean, my son's been into horror probably since he's like been 4 years old, and he's got his own horror collection. He doesn't watch the movies, obviously, but he's a horror fanatic. I mean, if you watch some of my, like, when we're out toy hunting and stuff, he'll be like, what's that character? And he's like, he was talking about Art the Clown. He's like, yeah, him. And I'm like, how do you even know about him?
He's watching YouTube when you don't know it.
Definitely.
You don't have the right parental settings on there or something, right? Yeah.
But he's good, and he doesn't. I mean, it might be different, if he was like acting out or like doing, but he just loves the characters. He's not running around like trying to stab people or nothing like that. So, be who you're gonna be. I mean, I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
If you were acting all crazy.
Since I was 6, I mean,
right.
I'm fine. I turned out okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at you now.
All this stuff in my room. My mom called me morbid all the time, but whatever. I'm glad that they let me watch the movies because it could have been bad and they could have not let me.
Well, my thing is they're gonna do it regardless.
Anyway.
So I would rather you do it with me than me not knowing, or you trying to hide it, or you trying to run around. And that's kind of how I was brought up too with my mom, like my mom and dad. Like when I was in high school, they knew I was gonna party, so they'd rather me be honest with them about it, and they know what I'm doing, where I'm going, and that's.
Exactly.
I mean, here I was. I was a young kid, and I'm down the living room in the pitch black, no lights on, watching Friday the 13th, and my mom yells from the top of the step, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm watching Friday the 13th." Turn the lights off when turn everything off when you're done or whatever. And it was like, she didn't really think twice about it because she knew that it's all just a movie, and as long as I don't act like on that, like Colin said, you don't raise a psychopath or anything like that, it's all good. You got to realize what you're watching here,
Right.
Moving on a little bit from that.
You're around how old are you?
I'm 49.
You're 49. How old are you?
I'm 35.
You're 35. So like I'm 44.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, like from our time, like in the 80s, it was really hard, like for me to like these movies because I was a girl.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't socially acceptable for girls, at least around my world. It was not socially acceptable for girls to like these movies back then.
Yeah.
Back then, it was boy movies. These are boy movies. This is boy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did, my family would call me morbid and say things, but I'm glad, again, that they did let me do it, because they're like, okay, well, this is what she likes. We don't like it, but okay. And we know that I'm not out getting into trouble or doing anything. I'm in my room watching a horror movie.
Right.
So I had my own video card. I'd get on my bicycle when I was like 9-10 years old and get on my bicycle and go rent horror movies myself.
Mm-hmm.
I was an entrepreneur back then. I got a gumball machine for Christmas, and I made people come in and buy gumballs for me, and then that money went to go buy me a horror movie on the weekend.
There you go.
See? I was thinking back then, too.
You're doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah. You got the right job, right? Yeah.
So, yeah, it was really hard because, a lot of people were just like, oh, that's cool stuff. Why do you like that? That's great.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I understand what you say about that. And I know in high school when it was like in the late 80s, early 90s, girls did have the heavy metal T-shirts on, the hair all teased up and all the whatnot shit. And they did like horror movies, some of them. But I know what you mean where predominantly it was not accepted for a girl to like these things. But
not like it is now.
Yeah. And to me, it was just like, I love people to love this shit, and it just makes it so much better for everybody to love it and embrace it because it's such a good genre to me. I mean, it's my favorite genre ever. I'm a Star Wars nerd too, but Star Wars and horror, like they're right neck and neck for me. So it's tough for me to go one way or the other as my favorite. Yeah. So, have you watched any of the new show, The Last of Us, at all?
I have not watched that yet. No, I haven't started that yet.
Okay. Do you plan on watching that? Is that something you'd be into, like zombie type stuff, or?
I'm kind of a little bit over zombies
Mhm.
right now, so it's not something I'm gonna go watch right at this moment.
Mhm.
I might watch it later on,
Yeah.
but I have other things I'd
Yeah.
rather watch, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm watching it. I love it so far. I know it's, The Walking Dead was good to me. It got kind of bland over the years after, like, I think the best years were the Negan years when he first
Yeah.
came in and around season 7. But this one so far has really impressed me. I haven't played the video game much. I do have it, but I haven't played it much. But people are telling me it's pretty dead on with the video game. So
I didn't even know it was even part of a video game.
Oh,
yeah.
it's spot on. Like they made the video game a show.
Mhm.
It's perfect. Like
That's happening a lot, isn't it?
it's an amazing show.
A
Yeah.
lot of video games are turning into shows and movies.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Call of Duty hasn't, and maybe it did. I just don't know.
But this is the
Right.
first time they like legit took the video game and made it minute for minute
Exactly like
exactly the thing. Like there's no like veering off, or it's just you can
Right.
like lay them over the top of each other and damn near they line up. It's
Mhm.
Oh,
crazy.
shit. Well, that's
Yep.
good.
But it's so good. Like the way they built the world, and it's just amazing. I mean, really is amazing. Just
I've heard good things about it. A lot of people seem to like it.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. I'm going to watch it as soon as we're done here, and when it comes on, and if I can stay awake because I'm bad at that this time of the night. But
See, it's early for me still. It's 5 o'clock.
yeah,
about
it's 8 here. I get up around 4 in the morning for work.
Yeah, me too.
But
there's been a lot of like horror TV shows and stuff
Mm.
that have been coming out like
Mhm.
over the last like over the years. I mean I don't love all of them, but I love watching them.
Mhm.
Even if they turn out bad, at least I got to watch something, you know.
Yeah,
I feel
yeah,
like last year a lot of shows kind of overpowered a lot of movies that came out in a way.
Oh, I agree,
Mhm.
100%, definitely.
For me, for sure. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
We have I right now I feel like Hollywood is like they need to like burn it down and start over because
We always talk about me and Colin always talk about
Yeah.
how there's no creativity, there's no originality. It's all like remakes.
they
and
want that for
reboots and-
sure moneymaker. So if they have a name that's gonna make money, they're gonna do that. So it's gonna be Spider-Man and Batman, and I'm done with superhero stuff. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
there's so much stuff that
So much. You can't
I
keep
can't
up
keep
with
up. Yeah, exactly. I cannot. Like every time these guys say, "Hey, have you seen the new?" I don't know, Captain America. I'm like, Jesus Christ, I can't keep up. Like, I just
And then
can't.
they're
Like,
3-4 hours long.
yeah, yeah,
I don't know how anybody is keeping up with these and finding the time to even watch one.
yeah. I gave the new Batman my 3 hours of my time, and it was really good, I thought. But other than that, I just can't do it. Like, I
well,
can't. go
they
that
turn
long.
out to be good movies, but you know
Well,
they're
of
not.
course.
But it's just the same shit over and over again. You know?
Mhm.
We need
I mean,
something different.
I always bring up Greek mythology because there's just think about all the story in Greek mythology that you could just build movies off of. Just
Yeah.
that right there, and they don't touch it. They don't like
Mhm.
what?
This is true.
Yep.
Hello, Hollywood.
Yeah.
But this is why I think we all like Art the Clown, because when Terrifier came out and Art kind of started to become popular, that just gave us a whole new movie and a whole new character to love.
Mhm.
So I think that's why he's just become more popular,
Mhm.
new character for us to love. So good thing that Damien and David have done for the
Oh,
horror.
yeah.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
hope they do like a background story on Art
That's
because
what
I
we
want to
want.
know more about him, why he is the way he is.
Yeah, that's what I would love for the next one. Like, instead of going any further with the craziness, let's go back and see why you're so pissed off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what I want to see, and I
Well,
hope
and the fact that he's just a head now, so
that too. Yeah, yeah, a head with maybe little arms running around. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do, but it's gonna be. I'd rather them go back now and just tell me why he's so pissed off at everybody. That would be
Yeah,
pretty
that's
cool to
good.
see.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
I'd like to know that too, actually, the
Yeah, yeah.
backstory.
So we're up on an hour and 10 minutes. We don't want to hold you too long. Do you have anything you want to plug or say or do or talk about while you're here? While we shut this down, or
I'll plug the store and the restaurant. You can find the restaurant on all social media. It is on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and then Nightmare Toys. We're on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube, obviously, and we have our Nightmare podcast as well. We're about to do the movie this week. We're doing the movie. What is the movie? Oh my gosh, I'm having a brain fart. It's a new movie about children. What is that movie called? Something about children that just came. I can't remember what it's called right now. Um,
That's all right. We'll check it out. We'll
yeah,
follow you. We already
everybody's
follow you.
talking about it, and now I'm having a brain fart, and I can't remember that because all I'm thinking right now is Children of the Corn, and of course, it's not Children of the Corn. It's a new movie, something about children. So we're gonna do that, and then you can find that on anywhere you podcast,
Mhm.
or on our YouTube. And then myself, all my social media is under Nightmare Kristy. So you can just look up Nightmare Kristy, and I have my Instagram, Twitter, OnlyFans, Lowell fans, and MiniVids.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, I can't thank you enough for giving us time to come on and talk about everything. We enjoyed it so much. And when you're on this show, you're a friend for life. So hopefully we keep in touch. And anytime you want to come back on, you are more than welcome to do so. We
Oh,
would
thank
love
you
to
so
have you
much.
on again.
Yeah, this was tons of fun. Thank you guys. I'm
Yeah.
always down to talk horror. So.
Yeah. So, yeah, we appreciate your time. Thank you again. Thanks for everybody watching. And for now, that's with effing figures. So, Colin,
See you guys later.
hit that beautiful button.
Bye.
Thanks a lot.